Alrighty, let's go. Welcome back into the Squishy Sport podcast and the Week 16 edition of the Redzone Report. 3 weeks left to go of the regular season. The playoffs are approaching. We've pretty much almost locked in our playoff sort of teams, I guess, in regards to wildcard spots. It's just a matter of fact who's going to win the division. You look at teams like the AFC North and the NFC South. They are battling for the division to get into the playoffs at the moment. Most likely who finishes second in that division will not be making the playoffs. But very good title race for the AFC 1 seed, the NFC 1 seed, which is the Rams and the Seahawks coming up this week. It's going to be an epic match. We're going to all cover it here for you on the Redzone Report for Week 16. I preview best bets for the week, so I've got another 6 coming for you. The rapid rundown where I preview the other games of the week, giving you my quick lean, giving you my 6 player props for the week as well. My SuperCoach update 3 weeks ago, coming off a good week, but still nowhere near where I want to be, but who to trade in the last couple weeks. And of course, my 2 multis for the week to finish off, my 5-legger and my Hail Mary to finish it off. So, looking at how we did last week, unfortunately, the best bets, we went 2 and 4. We were just, look, honestly, I'll put my hand up. There are a couple real bad ones in there, right? Like the Ravens over. Honestly, the 3 losers we had on Sunday or the Monday were really bad. Like the Ravens over was bad. The Raiders was terrible. And Arizona was terrible as well. So put my hand up there. Not good enough. You know what? I was 2 and 3 going to that Monday night game. I was thinking, you know what? 3 and 3, you take that. Because I went 4 and 2 in the player props, which just continue to make us money, right? And I was 3-0 to Miami with, 30 seconds to go. And I was thinking, we're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good. And then touchdown, 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 touchdown. Before we knew it, 28-15 Steelers full time. Under 42.5, losers by half. The Tua junk time was just crap. What an absolute kick in the teeth. Steelers score 4 consecutive touchdown drives. Just a brutal. I'm still not happy about that. That was one of the worst beats I've had probably this season, I'd say. There's been some brutal ones, but that was definitely up there. Absolute garbage. But I rant on about every week, but we are still hitting at 73% in the last 8 weeks on our NFL player props, which is just unbelievable. So I give you out 5 or 6 every single week, and we're honestly going 4 and 2, 5 and 1, 6 and 0 on these player props. Every week at the moment, we're absolutely flying on them. But without further ado, let's get straight into our best bets for Week 16. And we're going to start off with the game of the week, arguably game of the year edition number 2. And that is the Seattle Seahawks hosting the LA Rams on Thursday Night Football. These two teams played in Week 11. Rams getting to win that one 21-19. And now they play Thursday Night Football for pretty much a chance at the number 1 seed in the NFC. Going to be an absolute doozy of a game. Absolute doozy. This game is pretty much at a pick-em at the moment with a total of 44. This total has been hammered under. Absolute hammered. And I'm going to put my hand up and say I've got under 46 at the start of the week, but I don't really want to give you something that's dropped a couple points and I still don't really love it there. There is a bit of rain about. I really like the side in this one here. I really love Seattle to get the bounce back here against the Rams. Bit of a revenge spot, but there is a bit of rain about in Seattle, and I'm going to go on the factor of the Rams off a short week as well. They come off a really good win against Detroit, right? But Seattle last week were flat as a bloody pancake at Indianapolis. They're coming off a short week as well. Don't have to travel. There's going to be rain about, which suits Seattle more. They're used to that weather. Rams are used to playing indoor. It is a huge, huge game. And I want to take the home side here with the better defense, getting a pick him, as I said, the home side as well. Seattle, money line, give it to me. Also, Devontae Adams will not be featuring. Puka Nacua looks like he's banged up as well. Feed JSN all day. Rely on the Seattle defense. Seattle, get the win here. 22 to 17 in this one here. All right, crossing over to, we've got actually a couple Saturday night games in America. So Sunday morning here, which is cool because the college playoffs are this Saturday as well in America. So, but bit unusual. Obviously, there's not as many games in college, but we've got a couple games on Sunday morning here, which is epic. We'll not complain about more NFL days. And we have got another great game. Green Bay at the Chicago Bears. These two teams played just in week 14, 2 weeks ago. Green Bay getting the win in that one. Was it 28-21 in that one? Caleb Williams throwing a interception at the end of the game. Green Bay to seal that one there. This one, as I said, is on Sunday morning. This game is pretty much almost close to a pick. We're at Green Bay -1. At the start of the week, we were Green Bay -2.5. This total's sort of hung around 46.5. Mate, give me the revenge spot once again, baby. The Bears all day long. One of my favorite ones of the week. Hashtag the Bears. Hashtag bear down. I love the Bears this week. Green Bay. Christian Watson's banged up. He might not be playing. He's listed in the prop market, but he might not play. He's such a key part of this Green Bay offense. And the big one, Micah Parsons is injured. Gonski's not on this defense. That opens up the Bears running game massively. Such a good O-line. And now they can run. It'll suit them. I know they've got a sour taste in their mouth from that loss 2 weeks ago. I saw like the post-match sort of, I guess, celebration from their win against the Browns. And one of the defensive players did like a little speech after, and he said, good win by the boys, good win. But he said, we've still got that sour taste in our mouth from 2 weeks ago. We are ready to go win against Green Bay. I absolutely love hearing that from a team and a player. The team is super focused on this weekend coming off a good win, but most importantly, they're thinking about that loss again from 2 weeks ago. Win this one, pretty much like literally locks himself in for the NFC North Division title. I love the Chicago Bears to go beat Green Bay this weekend. Give me hashtag bear down. All right, moving on to the Monday morning game, Sunday in America, as per usual. Oh, honestly, this is pretty close to the Bears as one of my favorite bets of the week. I've got some absolute crackers, I reckon, this week. Absolutely loved the look of this card. Probably one of my favorite cards, I reckon, this week. Cincinnati at the Miami Dolphins. They are in the first slate, the 4 a.m. games here in Australia. Cincinnati are a 2.5 point favorite here, total of 50.5. This one opened at Pick'em before that Miami game on Monday Night Football. Then they lose in the cold. Bengals all day long, baby. And you're probably thinking, Skushy, what the hell? Like, Bengals just got smacked, absolutely smacked at home last week against the Ravens, 24-0, shut out at home. Burrows just played one of his worst ever games. But then Miami just got absolutely pummeled on Monday Night Football, right? Looks like they absolutely gave up on defense. I get it, they can't play in the cold. They're going back to warm weather. Mate, Joe Burrow, off his worst game probably of his career, I want him on the next game all day long. Teams off a shutout this year are 5-0 against the spread. They're pretty much winning games. Bengals fit that criteria now. Absolutely love Cincinnati. I think they'll blow up Miami easily by double digits. Give me Cincinnati. Oh, I think they could win this by easily over 2 touchdowns. Absolutely love Cincinnati this week. Jamar Chase is going to tear apart that Miami secondary. They should be able to run the ball really well. No problem with meterage. It's not going to be cold for either team. I love Burrow against this Miami defense. You really want to take Tua, turn the ball over Joe Burrow in a pretty much in a line that says pick the winner of the game? No thank you. I know Cincinnati has no defense, but off a shutout, I will take that offense all day long. Give me Cincinnati, hashtag who day. 3 games to go left on the Redzone Report best bets, and we're going to go one of the squarest bets of the season. That has to be for the Vikings at the Giants here in the first slate. Vikings are now about a 2.5 point favorite, total of 43.5. This one opened at Vikings -1, total of 42.5. We're seeing some Vikings money. We're seeing some over money here. Mate, I faded the Giants last week, and that was an easy cash with the Commanders. The Giants have lost 8 in a row now. Jackson Dart's in concussion protocol. I get the professionals, but what motivation does this team have to go out and win a game when they've literally got the number 1 draft pick locked up for the next season at the moment? And Vikings, they're coming off a good win in Sunday Night Football. They could be a bit fat and sassy off that primetime win. They won the week beforehand against the Commanders. They're going for a few wins in a row, but man, this just seems like a massive mismatch here. Massive coaching mismatch between like Mike Kafka and the Vikings coach, who is not coming to name at the moment. Vikings should absolutely destroy them, in my opinion. It's just such a square bet. Everyone is going to be on the Vikings -2.5, -3. But my Vikings should comfortably win this one by double digits, in my opinion. What hope do the Giants have against the blind Brian Flores defense and the Vikings? I just don't see it. Absolute mismatch all over the field for me in terms for Vikings over the Giants in this one here. Give me the Minnesota Vikings -2.5 and or the 3. If you can get -2.5, better. Take a bit of juice. -3 is perfectly fine there, in my opinion. All right, moving on to Atlanta and Arizona in the second slate here. Both teams coming off, Atlanta coming off a mini bye and a comeback win against the division opponents, the Buccaneers. Crazy win, 29-28. Arizona coming off an awful loss against the Texans. Got absolutely dicked. What was it, 14-0 after like 2 minutes or something? 21-0 after like 5 minutes. The +10 was just dead and buried straight away. Now, Arizona head back home. Atlanta head on the road to Arizona, who are now a 2.5-point favorite on the road. Total of 48. And this over has been steamed to shit. For good reason as well. These two defenses suck. You've got a quarterback in Jacoby Brissett who is good at playing junk time, garbage time, catching up. I think Kirk Cousins does a similar thing, like what he did against the Buccaneers. The fact that this total is only 48, and I watched these Texans offense, which I don't really rate. What did they score? Over 40 points last week. Then I watched Atlanta stroll down the field against Buccaneers, scored 29, also concede 28 themselves. In what world does like either team not score 30, at least score 20? This score total should go flying over. Weather's going to be fine, not an issue whatsoever. It should be an absolute air show, I think, in this match here. Give me over 48 here. High total, not high enough, baby. Over 48 for Atlanta and Arizona. Crossing over again to the second slate. We're still in the second slate. Steelers at Detroit. Again, I love this bet. Absolutely fucking love it. The Lions are about 6.5 to 7-point favorite here. Total of 52. This was 49.5. The over has been steamed. Indoor stadium. Both defenses suck. Detroit's got a very potent offense. We know the trend here. It has lost actually once this year, but Dan Campbell now is 13-1 or something against the spread off a loss since he's been coaching the Detroit Lions. This fits the criteria now off that loss to the Rams, laying 6.5 to 7. If you can get 6.5, absolutely pound it. One of my favorite ones of the week. Obviously, I've got 6, but this easily fits into the top 3 in my opinion. Team total over 3.5 touchdowns as well. It's about 30.5 points, but just take over 3.5 touchdowns. This team does not kick field goals. Lions are gonna absolutely smash them. Absolutely smash them. They should absolutely run rampant. Gibbs should absolutely be able to run easily over 100. He's gone on a streak of 3-0 touchdowns, so he's due for 3 here. And we know how this Lions team plays after a loss. They still have a slim hope of making the playoffs here. I just think Dan Campbell is going to be so pissed off after that loss last week to the Rams, where they still put up 34 points against the Rams defense. And now you've got Mike Tomlin on the road off that cold Monday Night Football win. Got to go on the road now to an NFC opponent, and it's a short week. This just seems like an absolute flat spot for a Steelers team. Absolute mismatch all over the field for me. Love Detroit here, -6.5 or over 3.5 team total touchdowns here. That is your 6 best bets for the Red Zone Report in Week 16. Now we'll go over to the rapid rundown where I give you my quick leans for the other 10 games of the week. So no more buys left for this season. Give me my quick lean, just not quite enough for me to get to the window. Or I may not just have a lean whatsoever, but you'll hear it from me, a little preview of every single game. Rapid rundown, let's go. We've got Eagles at Commies, who are a 6.5-point dog, total of 44.5. Do lean the under here in this one here. Should be a very low scoring contest. Buccaneers at my Panthers, who are +3 dog at home, total 45.5. I hate to be biased. I think we win this one here, potentially here. Do like my Carolina Panthers. Chiefs at Tennessee, who are 3.5-point dog at home, total 37.5. Mahomes obviously not playing this one. Gardner Minshew will be at quarterback. Do lean the over as a bit of sort of, I think this game could get absolutely loose in this one here. Two teams that aren't making the playoffs now. Got nothing to lose. Just go for it. Jets at the Saints. What a gross game. Saints are a 4.5-point favorite. Who would have thought? Total of 40.5. I do, unfortunately, lean the Jets here. Why are the Saints ever laying 4.5 in a game? I will never know. Chargers at the Cowboys, who are a 2-point favorite. Total of 49.5. Dallas is really close to me making the card. If Philly win, Dallas cannot make the playoffs. So they're a bit of a dead team if Philly go and win on Saturday night. However, if something was to happen, I think Dallas absolutely runs through this Chargers team. I think they're pretty overrated. I get it. They just beat the Chiefs last week. But who hasn't beat the Chiefs? They've lost 8 games. Most teams have beat the Chiefs this year. Love Dallas this week too. Buffalo at Cleveland, who are 10-point dog at home. Total of 42.5. I lean the Browns and I also lean the under. Seems like a Bills flat spot after that big comeback win. Kind of like a get-in, get-out job against a pretty good defense as well. Jags at the Denver Broncos, who are a 3-point favorite, total of about 41.5, I believe it is. I lean the under here in this one here. Tennessee, oh, hang on, I haven't done the other games in the rapid rundown. That is completely my bad there. Let's check the rest of the card. Oh my gosh, that is very poor form for me. Let's quickly check the rest of the card there. So the total is 45.5 for that Jags Denver game. I do like the under there. We got Raiders, a +14 dog against the Texans, total of 38. Oh, it fits the criteria of a shutout victory. I guess I lean the Raiders. Don't really have a strong lean. Steelers got the Patriots, a 3-point dog against Baltimore in Baltimore, total of 48. Oh, it's a square dog against the Patriots. Don't really have a lean in this one here. All the total, maybe lean overs. And the last game of the week, San Fran at the Colts. Phillip Rivers, our quarterback again, who are a +6-point dog at primetime at home. Total of 46.5. I think 49ers may actually blow them out here. I think they got up for that game last week, the Colts, and I think it may just come crashing down this week. All right. Let's get into the best segment of the week, the player props, where I said we've absolutely destroyed it the last half of the season. 74%, 73%, I think we're at. Absolutely flying these. Got another 6 bangers for you coming at you this week. We're going to start off Thursday Night Football with Seattle Moneyline. Why is this number in the 90s? I will never know. I get there's rain, but you know what? Rain actually suits the offense more because they know their route and the defense don't know their route. So the offense know when they're running, but the defense has to use a lot of agility in the wet conditions to go where the receiver's going. Advantage receivers, and you're giving me Smith and Jigba over 91.5 receiving yards. Overs all day long. This guy hits 100 literally every single week, by 2 weeks, I think. He's going to go way over this. Who else is Donald feeding? I absolutely love JSN this week. Rico Dowdle over 59.5 rush yards. We saw the Bucks rush defense last week. Bijan pretty much ran straight through them. Absolute no issues at all. If Panthers are any chance of winning this game, they have to run the ball. Get back to running the ball. You've got to run it, man. I don't know what's happened with the run game. Get running the ball and they'll win this game. Give me over 59.5 rush yards there. Aaron Jones over 56.5 rush yards against the Giants. Why is a running back's number against the Giants in the 50s? I will never know. This Giants rush defense sucks dicks. If the Vikings are in a leading position, they'll just continue to run it and run it and run it and run it. I do not get why a Vikings running back, in the NFL against a Giants rush defense in the 50s here. Love Aaron Jones over 56.5. Rashee Rice over 52.5 receiving yards here against the Tennessee Titans. I get it. Gardner Minshew's at quarterback here, but he should be able to. He's still reasonable. He started at quarterback before for the Jags. He should still be able to feed his receivers here. Titans defense just plain sucks, right? It plain sucks. Now Rashee Rice has dropped because of Mahomes. Rashee Rice can absolutely go mental against this Titans defense. Love him to go over 52.5 receiving yards. Geno Smith under 196.5 pass yards. Going with the Texans defense once again. It lost last week, I get it, but it's won the 3 weeks beforehand when we played it. So the streak has not ended. The streak only ends when it's like 2 or 3 games in a row. Happy to keep going with this Texans defense. They don't often go over 200 yards against this Texans defense. What are the Raiders going to actually do against this defense? Does Geno Smith actually finish this game? Or does Kenny Pickett actually maybe play the second half if they're getting destroyed? I'll let you decide there. And the last one is going back to the well. Lost last week, but I really do like it. Drake May over 230 and a half pass yards. Look, Patriots are a square dog. Ravens could be leading in this game, and Patriots could be in a position where they have to chase and pass the ball. Last week was dead because they got out to a 21-point lead and just absolutely tried to run, and got, a bit cute with it. So that was kind of dead at halftime there. Absolute no-show. I do like him to go over 230 and a half pass yards in this one here. That will do it. Your 6 player props there. Best segment literally of the week. We're going to keep cashing tickets. I'm very confident of these 6 this week. Let's ride, baby. Moving on to a bit of SuperCoach chat. So I actually had a reasonably good week last week. We've got 3 weeks left of SuperCoach, 2 weeks left of trading. I scored 590 last week. One of my better weeks. I went up 1,000 spots. We're near the top 4K. We're near the top 10%. Hallelujah. For the amount of what NFL I watch and listen to podcast-wise, this is embarrassing for me, but it is what it is. So last week, we traded out Igbuka and Kenneth Gainwell. Got in Nico Collins, who was a good trade-in. And we got in, got Keaton Mitchell in from the Ravens, as a little cheapie. This week, obviously, we have Mahomes injured, so a lot of people are trading him out, which is obvious. He's the top traded out by far, and so is Rashee Rice, which I find interesting. As I said, I'm expecting him to actually have a big game against Tennessee. Your top 2 trade in is Drake May as your replacement for Mahomes, and you got Nico Collins there as well, who I got in last week. So, woohoo, go Scooshy. For me, I have 4 trades left and 1 boost. So for me, I want to really use this boost next week. So I want to use 3 trades next week for the final week to go absolute Super Saiyan. I'm just going to do 1 trade this week, which is Patrick Mahomes out, Drake May in. So my quarterbacks at the moment now are Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Drake May to finish off the season, which it will be. Wouldn't be opposed to getting like a Trevor Lawrence in maybe. He's looking pretty good, but he's facing Denver this week. But he's a guy that seems like he absolutely smashes some teams. But yeah, that is my SuperCoach chat for this week. Not really looking at break-evens because there's 2 weeks to go. If you're looking for cash still, you're doing the game wrong in my opinion. But let's cross over to the multi-fuller week. Nice quick episode this week actually. We've absolutely flown through this episode. Got 2 multis for you as per usual. The first multi, 5 legs, generally based on the card from this week. I've actually got one little addition which I don't usually chuck in to this sort of card, but this one plays a pretty big amount. We've won 2 of these this year. One I believe was at 49 to 1. The other was at $26 because one leg was a push. So we've won 2 of these are really high odds. We're looking for a third to finish off the year, and I really do like this one here. So 5 legs. We're going to go the Bears on the money line. We're going to go the Bengals minus 2.5. We're going to go Aaron Jones for 70 plus rush yards. We're going to go Rashee Rice for 70 plus receiving yards. And we're going to finish it off with Jahmyr Gibbs for 2 plus touchdowns. He should absolutely run through the Steelers defense. This pays $89. $10 in this returns $890, baby. Let's put Christmas presents under the tree. I mean, there's Christmas presents under the tree I could show you, but let's put more Christmas presents under the tree. Let's have a great Christmas and a Hail Mary. This will take us to Cancun, bro, where all the missing playoff teams are there. Let's go join them for a party. 3 guys. It's usually 3 guys to score 2 plus touchdowns. We're going to go a little bit different this week. You'll notice 3 guys. We're going to go Swift for 2. We're going to go Rico Dowdle for 2. And we're going to go Jahmyr Gibbs for 3 touchdowns here against the Steelers. Finishing that trend to 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Back, give me 3 here. Pays $1,152. $10 returns $11,520, baby. Let's have a week. let's go have a recap of the Red Zone Report. As I said, we've absolutely flown through this episode. So good. 6 best bets for you. We've got Seattle on the money line. We've got the Chicago Bears on the money line. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals on the money line. We have got the Vikings -2.5/3. We have got over 48 between Atlanta and Arizona. And then we've got Lions -6.5 or over 3.5 team total touchdowns. Our player props, we've got JSN over 91.5 receiving yards. Rico Dowdle over 59.5 rush yards. Aaron Jones over 56.5 rush yards. Rashee Rice over 52.5 receiving yards. Geno Smith under 196.5 pass yards. And Drake May over 230.5 pass yards. Our multi for the week, 5 legs, is the Bears on the money line. Bengals -2.5. Aaron Jones 70+ rush yards. Rashee Rice 70+ receiving yards. And Jahmyr Gibbs for 2+ touchdowns, pays $89, $10 returns $890. And our Hail Mary for the week is DeAndre Swift, Rico Dowdle, and Jahmyr Gibbs for 3+ touchdowns. Not 2, but 3+ touchdowns here. That pays $1,152. $10 on that pays $11,520, baby. Let's have a Christmas, baby. I will still have the Red Zone Report for you for next week. I will probably film it on Christmas Eve morning or something like that. It will still be out for you to watch. Obviously, we've got, 3 Christmas Day games. We've got a loaded slate next week. Cannot wait. But that is the Red Zone Report for week 16. Let's cash some tickets this week. Thank you so much for watching, and cheers.